Hi everyone, welcome to my first Workspace Tour. As you can see, this is my workspace. I think my workspace and just my living style in general kind of reflects my art, or my art reflects my living style. I like to keep things really simple and neat, just like my art. So let's get into this by looking at all of that stuff on my walls. In the little corner over here, I have some Polaroid pictures of me, my friends, my family, and just people back at home, I guess. And you'll never know which one is me. Under that, I have a few of my personal illustrations framed. Above my desk, I have a few of my own personal pieces you might recognize. I just like to display my own art because it keeps me inspired, I guess, by displaying ones that I really like. And I guess I'm a child. I really like to put a piece of twine and attach them from tiny little clothespins because it makes it really easy to switch out when I start to like a new one better. To the right, I have my Pokemon illustrations and a couple of commissions of my character Hatch you might know. This first one is by Joy San, the second one is by Don Lowe, and the third one is by Anusha. I will have them linked, their Twitter and YouTube if they have them, down in the description. In this box here with my cactus on top, I have a variety of sewing supplies. Things like buttons, thread, just a variety of things to make my ornaments. I use them to decorate because they're plain and kind of cute. So this is what I have in here. I think the bottom one has stuff like patterns and just like different materials, stuff like that. Poor little guy. So continuing on, I just have more cacti strewn about. When I'm in the process of working on a piece or if I have things that need to be scanned, I put them on top of this little shelf here. This is just a couple of fortune cookie fortunes that I thought were kind of funny. Union gives strength. Work collaboratively. Ooh, it's like it was telling me to get a collaboration going on YouTube. I got it when I started posting YouTube videos often, so I thought it was just too real. So let's look at my desk. I have my computer, some headphones, my sketchbook, and planner. I like to have them handy at all times. In the organization thing, I've got my pens and brushes and just things I use often. I keep my monthly cacti up here and all my pieces of paper that are cut and ready to watercolor on, along with my 500 drawing prompts sketchbook. Alright, let's look inside my tiny little desk. I don't keep a lot in it, mainly because the drawer is very small. I made a little organization thing out of cardboard, and I just like to keep things that I use somewhat often and that are small in here. I also have a small collection of business cards from artists I like that I've seen at different events. Alright, so let's look at these shelves. This is where I keep all of my arts and crafts things so that I can keep my workspace looking clean. In the first box, I have all of my felt. Ooh, I love all of my felt colors. It's hard to come by in Canada, so I have a large collection that I got when I used to live in America. In the second box, I keep the rest of my sewing and crafty craft supplies, like all of my floss, my different styrofoam things for my cactus. It looks like a mess, but to me, I know where everything is. In the third box is where I keep all of my finished artwork. I just kind of keep them organized by size in these bags, and I also have a small collection of comics and zines that I've collected recently. Most of them are in America right now, but these are the ones that I've collected since I've moved to Canada. And on to the fourth and final box, which is my main box, because it's where I keep all of my watercolor supplies. I have my water cup, my mixing palettes, some old art supplies, and just all my stuff that I use the most often, which obviously is my watercolor. Behind it, I keep my shipping supplies for when I mail out my commissions and other things like that. I guess the only other thing to show is where I store my paper and cutting board here next to my desk and storage area. My workspace is actually in my living room, so here is my couch with Mr. Kitty. Look how cute he is. Hi, Mr. Kitty. Okay, but honestly, my workspace only looks like this 10% of the time. I actually work in front of the window because the lighting is perfect. So when I'm recording or just drawing on my own, I move my desk over in front of the window and I work like this. It's a great view and the lighting is perfect. And yeah, this is what my desk looks like when I'm usually working on a watercolor illustration. Alright guys, thank you for joining me on my Workspace tour and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to my patrons Eve Milady and Love Was Weird for supporting me. If you would like a shout out at the end of my video, access to my sketchbook or coloring pages, visit my Patreon to become a patron down below. Thank you so much for the support. Bye!